Cool.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Merry New
Almost.
Year. Look like I'm in a jungle.
You do, very green.
Well, I'm trying to blur my background out when I use music for counselling clients, but I thought I'd go a bit different than San Francisco Bridge this morning. How are you, Claire?
I'm actually all right, darling. Yes, I had a very early night last night, quite a long lunch, but the I was actually tucked up in bed by about 9, which was really nice.
I wish I could say the same.
It seems very, I can imagine. It seems very strange you not being here, sitting
I
next to
know,
me.
I really miss you. I've
I know, I
literally
miss
come
you
back and
too.
I haven't stopped, but now I'm at home with the kids, so it's like, apart from tonight, reset time. So, yeah. Right, what's today's topic, Claire?
Today's topic is swipe left or right,
So, dating
as
website.
chosen by our lovely members.
Yes, okay. So, what should we start with? Should we start with some pros and cons to no, let's start with experiences. Give me an experience. Have you had any experience on dating websites, Claire? If so, which ones? Give us some stories. We haven't practiced this, by the way. Just going in.
Okay, so so I have dabbled, put it that way.
Hmm.
I started to dabble, God knows, 10 years ago, maybe. Um,
Right.
Nothing ever came of it. It was just one of those things when it was a kind of a bit of a fashionable thing to do. Never had any dates. Um, then basically I kind of came off of it for a very long time. And then only in recent months have I dabbled again.
Right.
And to be honest, on one occasion when I actually did have one date with someone, the really weird thing was I actually kind of liked the guy and we went off and we had a really nice dinner and we met and it was all really nice. We sat there chatting and he said to me, "Oh yeah, I'd really like to see you." I think it's on the Thursday. And we met over in Romford somewhere at a pub. And so I wasn't drinking, which was
Yeah.
obviously part of the call. So we ended up, he'd agreed. We said, let's have a nice Sunday lunch. So I said, okay, lovely, let's do that. Anyway, that was on the Thursday, I think it was. On the Friday, my friend came to visit me. I don't know if I told you this story.
No, I don't think I've
Anyway,
heard
she
this
said,
one.
Mel,
Definitely not Romford
what's been,
pubs. I wouldn't
no,
expect
so
you
she
to be
said,
going to a pub in Romford.
no, the shepherd and dog it was. So she said,
Okay, Brentwood.
what's been going on? I said, oh, I went on a date. I'll tell you when this was. I was living up at the retreat, It was
Oh yeah, yeah,
then.
yeah.
So anyway, so she's like, "Oh, show me, show me, show me." And I was thinking, this guy just sounded too good to be true. We were just chatting, and everything was really like, very, very, very in tune and everything. But we'd agreed to have this sort of like date and get it done. Anyway, so he said, "Okay, get back to where I was." He said, "Oh, we'll meet up for lunch on Sunday, shall we?" So my friend came round. Not going to mention any names at all. She came out and she went, show me, show me." So I said, "All right." So I got a picture out of him. She was like, jaw dropped. So I was like, "Don't tell me you've been on a date with him." She said, "No, but that's my friend's boyfriend."
Hmm.
And I was like, "What?" Well, she's not actually my friend, she's my hairdresser. And I was like, "Are you serious?" She said, "Yeah." And
Right.
she said, "He lives here, da 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 da. She does this, she does that." And I was like, "All right, okay." So, me being me. So it was really weird. She was sitting there. She goes, "What you can do?" So I said, "I don't know. I want to wait for him to message me anyway." He messaged me and he said to me, "Oh, how's you?" I said, "Yeah, fine, thank you." So he said, "We're still on for Sunday." So I said, "Yeah, that'd be really nice." I said, "Are you booking the table?" So he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you better book it for three, hadn't you?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Oh, I'm his girlfriend." With that, he literally blocked me, disappeared,
Wow.
never to be seen again.
Yeah. So yeah, basically lots of married men. But I've found well, I've been on dating websites on and off over the years. I don't know where to look. I'm looking at you and I'm looking there. It's normally
I
when
think
I'm
you're
doing
supposed to
my
look at the
counselling
camera,
clients,
aren't
I'm
you?
looking there. But now I'm looking at
Right,
you. I'm a bit all over the place on this because I've done something wrong to the screen. Anyway, I went on them straight after my ex-husband, which we'll do a whole nother one maybe on divorce. Um, we broke up and I manifested my perfect man.
right.
Again, to everything, like everything I wanted, I visualized it and it came. But yeah, the universe sent me a big, big lesson because he was also still married. I found out eventually, not quite divorced like he said he was. It was like back then, I think they could get away with a lot more. That was, I mean, I'm going back 8 years ago. Now I'm finding I went back on them recently, and as we know, another story. But
Oh
they're
God,
very
yeah,
openly, I'm married. They're putting it on there now.
yeah,
Married,
no.
up for threesomes, up for this, up for that. And I'm like, bloody hell, not even hiding it anymore. And I think personally, my experience years ago, I think we've missed the boat with the dating websites because back then it was a new thing. It was new. I know quite a lot of people have got long relationships from dating websites. They've like married now, and I think now they've been around the block. You go back on there, go, yeah, he was on there 8 years ago. And then all your mates have dated him.
And then there's a reason why, isn't there? The thing is, I
Well, they can
have to
say that
say,
about me,
oh,
to be
don't.
fair,
No,
or
yeah,
you,
fine.
because we've
Yeah,
dipped.
no one recognises me because I'm a big change.
Yeah,
But the,
we've
the
not
the
been on
thing
it for
is,
10 years solid.
I'm not giving up on it. The reason I'm saying not giving
Mm,
up, I have given up it. I'm not on any dating sites. I've deleted them all,
yeah, me
right?
too.
But to be honest, I do believe that everything else is online.
Yeah.
Shopping, you don't go to clothes shops anymore. You don't do this. You buy even food online now.
Mm,
So I do think that it is a way of meeting people, especially when you don't tend to go out as much as you used to. Like, when we were young, it was always like every Friday, Saturday night we were out because we didn't have any commitments. We had the kids, we didn't have any kids, we were single. You met people with
yeah.
eyes locked bar, and then suddenly it was like, oh, that was it. And then there was a slow dance at the end of the night.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at that point, that was when you had a little slow dance and you kind of then sort of started chatting and whatever.
Yeah,
But
that
then
is the
I
way
think
to
for me,
meet.
but I think the thing is for me, because I've had long relationships, it's not really something that I've really, really gone into seriously.
Yeah.
However, I do believe that there is hope there. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to elaborate on that, but
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think it's possible.
Well, it is like
Um,
shopping, isn't it?
yeah, an exception to the rule sometimes,
Mm,
I always said I'm not going to meet the man who I want to be with or spend the rest of my life with. He will not be the
yeah.
sort of guy to go on a dating site. However, if that person is of the same opinion as me, that actually, well, where are we going to go and meet these people? We don't
Yeah.
go out and hang out in bars or restaurants or clubs and everything. And like you say,
Yeah.
90% of people are married, looking for extramarital affairs, and that's not what I want.
It's
Yeah,
funny,
so
isn't it? Yeah, it is. There is a lot of that, and like I said, it's that whole going back on there and going, oh yeah, like he's still on there. But I mean, I dipped in and out. I've not been on them consistently. I've gone on them, come off, gone on, come off. It's could be the same, couldn't it? But I think it feels like you know what you want, but until you meet someone in the physical form and you're with them, for me, you know what I feel about energy. I need to feel someone's
yeah,
energy. When I'm looking at
yeah.
a picture, I just don't feel that. I don't know. And then I read their bios are good, but then are they real? Are you meeting your authentic person? I don't know. I haven't got time for it. I know what people say. They say if you're online, it's a quicker way to meet people than going out. But I haven't got
But
time to be
the
messaging.
statistics are scary. Like
Yeah,
I remember reading in the Daily Mail, and I think I told you this, that 70% of men that are on, this was a Daily Mail thing, that
yeah,
70% of men that are on apps, especially apps that don't have to pay for, are not serious about meeting anyone. They are just looking for someone to blow smoke up their arse,
yeah,
give them the adoration they're not getting from their wife, allegedly. Um,
yeah.
Technically, they're single. However, they will never tell you the truth
No,
because in their head they probably are single. And like a friend of mine said to me, the only way to find that out is to actually say to a guy, is there any woman in your life who would consider themselves in a relationship with you?
that's the
Because they
one.
can't really
Yeah,
get out of that one. Right.
yeah,
But that's what so, I think a lot of people take it very sort of like tongue in cheek. Like for me, it's curiosity, boredom, not having anything to do, but like it's like catalog shopping and looking, and then also being disappointed by looking at people. For me, the person that I am, looking at people's curtains and looking at people's light fittings. And also a super dry t-shirt and a big fish was a great big fucking no.
Do you?
It was like,
I've actually looked at somebody's house and gone, oh, I like that. I'm going to buy that. I've actually bought lamb shake
oh,
because
your
I like.
house, not the fish.
not the fish,
Uh,
not the man, but
but
I've
but
actually
you
thought
know,
that's nice. I like
but there
that. I
are
like that
some, but
picture.
there are some success stories. So it's like not
Yeah,
dissing it. It's not saying to people don't go on it, but I just think you've just got to be really aware of it.
mm,
What I do get concerned about is that because unless you've got somebody who says to you, right, okay, look, let's meet. You know, talking
yeah,
and talking and talking is great, but you need
yeah,
to physically meet someone in the flesh to see whether there's that spark.
yeah,
Because you know, I'm so fickle. Someone could would turn me off by his shirt, you know, like and I'm not being funny, but at our age, at my age, I haven't got time for any more projects. I did it
yeah,
with my husband, I did it with my ex, you know, I turned them not into the man that I wanted them to be. Well, I suppose in a way it was, but I put a lot of time and effort into them and you know and pass them on to other people
yeah.
in a
You want
better
a
way than they
ready-made
were when I
one.
met them. You
Yeah,
what?
you want a
Yeah,
ready-made
I want
one.
someone who, yeah, I'd like someone who's pretty confident in themselves and doesn't need me to tell them how to dress and what to put,
Mm,
you know, do you know what I mean? What shoes go with what shirt. Oh, I can't be asked
yeah.
with all that.
So that's good.
Listen,
So you're saying when you go on, you see what you want, you know what you want, and you look at that. Whereas I think like I've had clients that will just date, like they go on and they don't have a list of what they want. They don't stick to that list. They'll compromise that list, and then they're wasting time. So it is good in that sense. If you know exactly what you want and you're swiping and you don't, I don't know, match with people that are not your sort of person, then it's good. It's not wasting time.
no, and I think the thing is, there's no point trying to put a square peg into a round hole. If you look at
Mm,
someone and you're not sure, you know, first picture, second picture, we can all put our best pictures on there. And, you
yeah,
know, and some people have put pictures that are ancient on there, and you just know this person doesn't look like that. But for me, it's about the banter. It's about
yeah,
having the chat. It's about having the conversations. I mean, in some
yeah,
circumstances, I mean, you can't actually meet up with people straight away. I don't live in the UK, so
yeah,
therefore, I'm not looking to date a Portuguese guy, and I'm not looking to date someone probably that lives in Portugal, to be fair.
yeah,
So therefore, for me, I'm slightly restricted, but it is good to get to know people on the phone and talk to them and find out more about them, although you know that at some point you are going to meet. Whereas I think
yeah,
some people just want this pen pal texting thing on a
yeah,
daily basis, and that just wouldn't suit me at all.
yeah. And I think also like
Huh?
when we go back to the swiping and you're looking at how they look, I look at the bio. So I like to see if they've got a sense of humor. Do they want children? Obviously, that's a big thing, isn't it? Or have they got children and all that sort of
Yeah.
thing? Is that important? It's not for me about, yeah, it is, of course, it's about looks as well. But we've got a certain few things that we've been talking about recently that are definite height. Do we? So I've got a story. When I first went on dating websites, I went on a date with somebody who was really nice, spoke to him on the phone, didn't have a clue what I was doing. And my friend went, speak to him on the phone first, safety, make sure you tell me where we're meeting and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Got in the bar. I mean, I'm 5'8". He was like 5'1", sitting on a
Oh,
stool,
sorry.
a bar stool. And
Was he in
like,
pantomime?
and I know it's shallow because it shouldn't matter, but it did to me. So I learned very quickly to put on my bio, that's something that I want is somebody that's tall. And I know that's shallow, but it's
No,
something that I want.
no, but it isn't because it's something that you're going to be concerned about because you know if that's one of your boxes,
Hmm,
then someone needs to be just on, and that's dishonest. If
yeah.
they're going to lie about that, they can lie about anything.
But well, he
So,
didn't lie. I didn't ask him. I didn't think.
oh, I see.
No, she was
Okay.
telling me to look at his shower curtains. I didn't even know what she was going on about. But anyway, that's another story. So I didn't think to ask about height. I just got on with him, thought it was all right. But when he turned up, there was zero chemistry. There was no energy anyway. He was sitting on a
Yeah.
bar stool. So I didn't notice his height, only till I had to help him off the bar stool. So
Yeah.
for me, I had to ask
Well,
about height or know about
no,
height.
I agree. I mean, I'm tall as well, so I'm 5'8" as well. You know,
Yeah,
and then obviously you've got a pair of heels on, it takes you up to but I think that kind of like in a way, I think that pigeonholed me for quite a long time because I was
yeah,
so adamant that I wanted someone to tower above me. But actually, to be fair, as time goes by, you realise that is quite shallow. I mean, to have someone 4 inches shorter than me, no, it definitely wouldn't work. But to meet
mm,
someone of my own height, to be fair,
yeah.
or at least someone that I could put a pair of high heels on with, you know, it is okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
And
But
you
yeah,
know,
I've
some
met,
men like tall women, some women like
yeah,
short. Some it's about your flavour. It's about what you want out of life, isn't it?
but
You
yeah,
know.
when I've met people in person that are shorter, like for me, humour's a big thing, and they've been funny and I've found them attractive. It's not mattered.
Mm,
It's funny, isn't
no,
it? But I'm all for meeting face to face. I don't think you
I
can beat that
100%.
eye
Yeah,
contact and
definitely.
that energy, which doesn't happen often. As we mentioned last time, the places that I go to are not where I want to meet a man. I don't want
No,
somebody who's a big drug
oh my God,
user. I
no,
don't want all of
100%
that.
not.
So, you know,
And this is the other thing as well. Like what I say as well is going back to the you know the not drinking thing. You
mm,
know, you're part of this as well.
yeah,
And you know, and when you go out, I mean, listen, I don't mind being around people that drink whatsoever at all. I have no problem with
yeah,
it at all. But one thing that it does do is it gives you clarity in the sense that
mm,
you don't end up with beer goggles. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's a little
yeah.
bit
No,
like
that's
that. Going
true.
back to what we spoke about last week, you know, like if you click with someone and you know you get on with them, you know,
Mm,
but the most important thing for me is knowing their marital status and knowing that there isn't somebody
yeah,
that's that they're lying about, you know, and I
yeah.
think that's the worst thing, you know.
From a psych,
I've had, sorry, Don.
no, go on, carry on.
No, I'm just saying, you know, I've had men openly offer me a drink with a wedding ring on, or no, they're only offering me a drink. You kind of know that they
Yeah,
want more. It's a little bit like you think, oh no, do you know what? Like, listen,
yeah.
nothing's cast in stone. Not everyone's happy. People do go
And
through
some
divorces,
people like to be in that sort of relationship, and that's up to them. I mean,
and
it's
it
not for
suits them.
me.
You know, and
Yeah,
not judging anybody. That
no,
suits them.
not for me. But but that's just something that other people might want. A part-time lover. I think also with the dating websites, from a psychology point of view, there's a lot of people hiding behind keyboards, so they're not very happy with themselves. They're projecting a personality that maybe isn't there. So they don't want to meet anybody in person because they're scared because they're not being their authentic self. They're lying
Yeah.
to themselves and the person on the other end of the phone or whatever it is they're communicating on about who they are. So when people get ghosted, I would say don't always take that personally. It's also about somebody thinking, right, I'm moving on to the next person who I can be a different representation of myself. I'm not being myself. And
Yeah.
it's like a game, isn't it? And
Yeah, and
also,
also the chances are, the thing is, when they're on a dating site, if you've got 4 or 5 people in your list of likes or communication, you
yeah,
know, they're the same. So,
yeah,
you know, you're not special. They're talking to 4 or 5 different people, keeping their options open, and
yeah,
someone better, they may turn the page on the catalogue and someone better comes along who they think
exactly.
better suited to. It's just a game of chance, I
It
think.
is.
And I just think that's you know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't diss it, and I do think that people have been successful, and I won't. I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm not saying that for me personally, don't believe in it because I do
Yeah,
think it works for people. And you know what?
yeah.
Who knows?
So
Who knows?
have you we were looking at some statistics, weren't we? And
Yeah.
there was, oh, I haven't got them here. 20 to 30% of online um, people get in relationships, I think that is, yeah, get in actual relationships. But I'm wondering how many times they've sort of swiped. Does anybody meet someone straight away? I know someone who's met someone straight away clicked with them and ends up getting married to them straight away, first person. So that must be rare.
Well,
You must have to
that's
do a lot of
fine.
shopping to actually meet somebody. And do people want to meet for like marriage? Some people want to meet for booty calls, which is fine too. Again, not for
Absolutely.
me. But I always make that very clear when I've been on dating sites that that's not what I want. But they still want to send you a bloody picture and everything else. And I'm like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
It's fine if somebody else wants it.
I
Are we
still
in?
think that having the communication is key as well. When someone's
Yeah,
like a texter, continually texting, that's no good. I think you need to have conversations, and even if you aren't physically sitting next to the person, you are speaking to that person, and you're getting to know them. You're removing layers, and you're finding out more about them, what they like, what they don't like. You know, compatibility, the same dislikes. You haven't got to like everything the same, but you've got to have
yeah,
some things that are similar. And then
yeah,
I think the icing on the cake is then moving from that step to the meeting because you could have had all that
Yeah.
for weeks and weeks, which is why it's not really something that I want to continue for a long time, and
Yeah.
then meet them and go, oh, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Get it done
And
quick.
think, what a
Yeah.
shame. I'm
Yeah.
gutted because this person was so good, and everything was looking so promising, and yet we've
Yeah.
met, no chemistry, and
Yeah, it's got to
yeah,
be, there's got to be energy between you. So I feel like the dating world has moved from when well, for me, it started 8 years ago on dating websites. Then I've been in long relationships, so I've not been on them. I've been on and off, on and off. But from a men's perspective, because there is this thing about men paying for first dates and dinners and all the rest of it. It's gone from dinner to first coffee because men felt that they were wasting a lot of time and money on
and also to
on
get out of
dates.
it, they didn't like the person.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not going to waste my time spending money taking you on a date. I'm going to do coffee first. And also, there's that expectation, isn't there? And it's time. Like for me, it's time. So there's a new site. I can't remember what it's called, but it's you don't even speak. You just go on dates. Apparently, I don't know if anybody's used this site. I've not. I'm not on dating sites now. But
Really?
yeah, you just literally meet somebody, look at their bio, and if they're in your area, you just meet for a quick safe place as well. So it'd be like a restaurant, a bar that's like endorsed by this dating site, and you go there and you meet them face to face. It feels quite pressured to me. I don't know. Without speaking to someone, I like to speak to someone on the phone straight away. Oh
That's like
no.
that program, isn't it? Love is Blind or something. There's a few dating
Yeah,
shows on
yeah, there
TV,
is.
aren't there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've
I
watched
don't know
that,
how I
but
feel
yeah.
about that.
So you
No,
just
and
go,
when I said about, like sort of like tongue in cheek about someone's shirt, what I mean by that is you can get a feel for somebody, that if
mm,
you like the same things or you like the same sort of like, you don't have to like
yeah,
everything the same, but you do need to find out a bit more information, like you say, and you can't find that out from a bio.
no,
Like when I set up my profile on Hinge, I wrote on it,
yeah,
um, I want to find an old-fashioned gentleman who'll open the door for me and smack my ass as I walk through it. Well, some of the women out there's going to go, oh my God, listen to her. What's that all about? Fucking women's lib and all that. Do you
that's
know what I
what
mean?
you want.
I'm not about to chain myself to the fucking railings. I
Chain yourself to
like
the
that.
bedroom, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like that. I still like chivalry, and that's just my age. You
Mm,
know, Younger people may think differently. I don't mind a man opening the door for me. I
yeah,
don't mind a man pulling a chair out for me or standing up when I walk into the room. Or,
yeah,
I like that because I've been brought up in that era. So,
yeah,
like now when you're not allowed to call someone darling or babe, that to me is like, oh, fuck off, it's stupid. But I get
yeah.
it now that women have fought for the vote and that this, that. But for me, so that's why I put that there
Yeah,
to
but you're being
say,
authentic about what you
I'm
want on your
authentic. And
page.
that's what it's
So
all about,
you're
being
not going to attract,
authentic.
hopefully, people that are not going to be able to deliver that. That's the idea. Although some people will pretend that they can deliver that. I don't know. I just find it all a little bit strange. I've put things on there and I've said I want, leading up to a long-term relationship, no booty calls, this, that, and the other. And then they've gone on and it's like they basically just want a booty call and they're wasting my time.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you've just put it on there and hopefully you'll meet someone who's in alignment with you. But
But
yeah, I mean,
and also someone, that the other thing as well though is, it's hard because we go back to this like sex over 50 thing about the age group as well. So,
yeah,
like I say, on the dating sites, you limit your age range, yeah, to what you actually want. So therefore,
I'm
I don't want to
legal.
go young because I don't want to be with somebody who's got young children because my children are grown up
Yeah.
and I'm a bit of a free agent and I can do
Mm.
what I want. I don't want to meet a partner who every other weekend has to have his little boys or his girls. Nothing wrong with
That's for
children.
you, but somebody might want to
That's,
be around young.
that suits me.
That
That's what
sounds
I'm
weird,
saying.
doesn't
So
it? Be
therefore,
around young children.
that might suit someone who else has got younger children and it
Yeah,
works well
yeah,
because then they have their children independently each weekend and then they have a weekend together. So that's what I'm saying. As long as you're specific about what you're actually looking for and there's no sort of like room for, doubt. But I do
yeah.
think you've got to be honest and true and authentic to yourself.
I do feel sorry for the younger generation, though, for the young generation that maybe, like, particularly women, where time is against them and their body clock's ticking and they want it. Like, I mean, I won't say names, but some of my younger people that I know, are really desperate to get married, to have babies, and they are finding so many men are just going on there and wasting time talking to different women. And it's like that's the only way that they can meet. Because they're busy, they've got lots of careers, they've got other stuff going on. So they don't really meet anyone other than online. And there's too much choice, I'm going to say it, for men, probably for women as well, where men can, like you say, go from one to the other and have a different woman every night. Somebody I know said to me, he said, "Oh, my mate's on those dating websites. He's shagging a different bird every night." And I went, "Oh, lovely." But are women giving it up too easy? Are women like, that of the younger generation, sending pics and doing all that? Men have got too much choice. What about the old-fashioned way where you got someone's number
Yeah.
and you just dated and focused on that person? I
So
can't focus on more than one
I'm
person.
going back to the stats now. According
Mm,
to available data, the average success rate for men on Tinder in terms of getting an actual date is quite low, with
right,
most studies reporting a match rate of around 0.6%, meaning a man might only get one match for every 140 swipes right. While the
right, okay,
conversion rate for match to date is also considered low, often falling between below 10% depending on the individual and the profile quality. Key points about men on Tinder: low match rate compared to women. Men generally have a significantly lower match rate on Tinder. Men tend to swipe right more frequently. Yeah, so they're not as picky as
right,
the women.
okay, yeah,
Yeah. Factors like attractive photos, engaging bios, and well-crafted profiles can significantly impact a man's chances.
mm,
Yes, about what you were saying is like you like to read a bio. Lots of
mm,
men don't do anything. They literally
yeah,
rely on their photo to do the talking. Different regions may have different dating dynamics, impacting on the number of dates and age range. Younger men may generally have more matches, while older men may need to put in more effort into profile creation.
right,
And then the messaging strategy says effective communication skills and initiating conversations can increase the likelihood of a match progressing to a date. So
okay.
basically, it's that the man's got to put more work in.
I absorbed about 10% of that because of my ADHD, but yeah, I do, I do get it.
Well, sorry. Hopefully,
I
some of
do
our
get it.
listeners
It
may
was
have got
quite
it.
interesting about the
We
men
can.
swiping
I
more than
will
women.
post this. I'm gonna actually
Yeah,
copy and paste this and
post
post it on the
post it.
chat.
I
But
think
it
men
also says,
swiping.
but as of December 2023, 49% of dating app users in the UK said they had a very good online dating experience, while
Okay,
20% said they had a bad experience. Well,
okay. Well,
that's
I've
quite
got
surprising.
lots and lots of stories about, from other people, but we could be here all day. But one funny one was that me and a friend, again, won't mention any names, were sitting in my house, which is in the middle of nowhere, where there's pretty much just about five farmers on whatever dating site it was on. I think it might have been Tinder at the time. And we both were having a laugh. So we expanded our mileage and we both said, let's do a little experiment, see if we can get the same person. And we
Yeah.
did. We matched the same person. So I was like being good cop, being the doting mum. I don't like dick pics. I don't want, I don't like
Oh,
virginal. And she was basically being a dirty slag. So she was messaging him at the same time. We were sitting next to each other. And I was like, "You're not messaging other girls, are you?" He was like, "No, absolutely not." Then he'd go quiet and he'd be messaging her. And we were just saying, like, what we're going to say next. So we said,
oh my
when are you going
God.
to, yeah, when are you going to take me out? And he said to me Tuesday and he gave her a Thursday. I went, that's because you're a slag. I said, you got the Thursday slot. I got Tuesday because I'm boring. And then I went, no, I can't do Tuesday. I can only do Thursday. So he changed it round, told her he'd do the Tuesday. I can't remember how it was so long ago. And then he was saying to her, like, I want to video call you. And like, she didn't have kids. She didn't mind giving her number out. I'm quite safe about things like that. And she
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
well, I
no,
wouldn't give it
yeah.
to him anyway, obviously. So at the same time, he was video calling himself, getting himself all ready. He FaceTimed her, and I went, "Hi."
No.
Yeah, it was the funniest thing. And the cheeky bugger then after that messaged me, and he was like, "Oh, he was taking her to Nobu as well, and then he was going to take me to Nobu." So we were laughing about it. But after he went, I'm really sorry about that, but I did really like you. Do you want to still go? No, boo. I went, no, I fucking don't. So yeah,
Mm.
is it going to show you like he didn't have a clue that we were friends? And this is probably about 6 years ago. And it put me right off. I just thought, oh no, but we did have a laugh. I mean, we were belly laughing.
Yeah, I'm sure
It
you
was
did.
bloody
I'm sure
hilarious.
you did.
And me and you have had a match, which we won't go into, but about
Oh
8 years
yeah, we did. That
apart,
was many, oh my God, that was many years ago though, wasn't it? That was back
8
in
years
like
apart. But yeah, we won't go into that. But
2012.
I'm just glad we found out that when we did, put it that way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of put
Absolutely.
me off. I like to meet someone the old-fashioned way, but I do think there's a place for it. 100% there's a place for it. And I'm not saying I'd never go on them again, but my experience hasn't been great. It's not been very
No, well,
successful.
like I say, I've totally removed myself from them now.
Do you
I've got no
think it's
interest.
about
I feel
paid
like,
apps as well? You said paid apps. Do you think paid apps are attracting a different caliber of person according like because some of them are known as booty call apps, aren't they? I don't know. 'Cause somebody said to me, POF, they went, oh, don't go on there. That's just a shag fest. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay. So
Although
what do you think?
saying that, a mutual friend of ours
Yeah.
met and married her husband on there
When though? Would it be now? Because
last
I think,
year.
oh, last year.
Yeah,
Oh,
she got married last
okay.
year
Yeah,
off there.
right. Because
You know,
I went on a
and they're
paid one and met a married, that was when the married man, and that was on a paid one.
Oh, I
So,
just think it's luck of the draw, do you know? And I just think if
yeah,
you're lucky enough to meet someone, it doesn't matter how you are, it comes back to the whole thing about synchronicity. It's like bumping into someone in Waitrose or walking around or swiping on them and happen to be the love of your life. It's all a game of chance.
yeah,
It's all a game of chance, and no one can be specific. It doesn't have to be the same experience for everyone. Some people can say it's amazing. Some people can say it's awful. I don't have a real opinion about it. It just didn't really suit
no,
me. And like I say, for me, it was more boredom. It was more that,
yeah,
but you know what? Let's watch this space, and wait and see. Who knows?
yeah. That's a very good
Um,
plenary. I like that. I am personally, for me, I ain't got the time for it. I haven't got the time. And I think my experience is that a lot of men get needy, and if you don't message them straight back, they're like, oh, like they anyway. I won't go into it. They go a bit crazy, and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm just like busy person, and if I'm online counselling or if I've got a client face to face, I'm not going to be on my phone.
No, and
Um,
I'm also a believer of timing. Know what I'm like of my divine timing. Like
yeah,
I'm kind of thinking,
100%.
like it's kind of like things are put in our way to slow things down or
Yeah,
to speed them up. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? And I
yeah,
think that that's something that, you know, for me, I think you have to take that into consideration. And when
yeah,
people try to rush things and they want this and they want that, I know a lot of people want to do it because they want to get it out of the way because they think it could be complete waste of time.
yeah,
But I'm sure, that there's a lot of people out there that have got really good stories to tell, and I'd love to
yeah,
hear about it as well. And I think that's really encouraging. But I think
yeah.
the whole dating scene, no matter how old you are, and I know we've got various different members of different ages,
I thought you was going to say
and
something
different
else
walks
then.
of life, who are also looking at life. It's like a box of chocolates, isn't it?
Yeah,
You can take your pick of what you want out of it. If you want a booty call, you can get a booty call. If you want a long-term relationship, but I think a lot of people go into it, and the only thing that I don't like is when people are duped. Because I think
yeah,
when you're transparent and you're honest,
yeah,
I would never lie to somebody, I'm sure people have lied, and I'm sure people have been really hurt and got really
yeah,
excited about relationships coming out of something and then nothing coming. People just need to take an honesty pill and just be straight about it. If you
yeah,
don't fancy them, tell them, sorry, you're
yeah,
not for me. I had a really
yeah,
nice time. It's really nice to meet you, but do you know what? As much as we've invested all these time and all these hours, it's not for me. And then move
yeah,
on,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think also there's another aspect for me, particularly because I'm a bit of a worrywart, is I don't like giving my number out. I don't like, with date nights, I've got my friend when I've been on dates and she's like, WhatsApp live location the whole way, sending a picture of him
What?
and with,
Oh
yeah,
no!
oh
Oh,
yeah,
oh
I
no!
don't like,
Oh no!
I'm
And to
scared.
check. Oh, 100%. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
get
don't
that.
want to be going
That's
out and,
safety net.
not telling anyone. So I think that's a really important part
But then
because
I think, yeah. But then I
there's
think the thing
safety
is,
aspect.
no, I get you. But I think the thing is like the way things are now with like phones, everything. It is
Yeah,
easy to block someone.
Yeah.
So, you know, if
Oh
someone
no,
was
I
to
do
come and
give my
lose,
number out after,
you can refuse them. You can just get
yeah,
rid of them. Like they don't
yeah,
exist. You know? But I also still think that I'm a relatively polite person most of the time. You
yeah,
know, and I wouldn't want to be rude, but I would have to say to someone like, "Sorry, you know, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really feeling it." Da, da, da. You know,
yeah.
whereas a lot of them just go on with it, and I think a lot of men just enjoy the attention.
A lot of, and it is mostly men that ghost from what I was reading as well. So I'm the same. If something's not working out for me, I'll be like, sorry, we're not really feeling it. And that's it. Let's just stop the conversation here. Whereas I think men, especially when you look at the attachment issues and the attachment styles and all of those theories, maybe they just don't think about it. They just like cut it off and don't think about the consequences because I'm dealing with clients, particularly females, that are thinking there's something wrong with them because they've been ghosted. And I'm like, absolutely not.
I
You've
know
had a
it's
lucky
not, is it?
escape. You've had a
No,
lucky
and you know,
escape from someone. It's not
absolutely right.
commitment.
So back to the some more stats, right?
Yes.
Concentrate. So the popularity
I'll
of dating
concentrate.
apps. Tinder is the most popular dating app in the UK with 42% of Brits using it.
Right.
Other popular dating sites include Hinge, most popular with young adults with 73% of users aged 18 to 34, Plenty of Fish, Badoo and Happen. Most
Okay.
popular with users aged 35 to 54 is something called Our Time,
Oh,
and
I like
that's most
that.
popular with users aged over 55.
Not for me then.
Well, I've never even heard of that one.
Well, you might need it one day.
No, but this is what I come back to the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
I don't find men older than me on the same level as me. Very exception to
Yeah.
the rule. If they were, they've got to be around my age and still young for that age because I still think
Yeah.
men age are not quicker than women.
Well, I like young, immature, and silly, as you know, but I would never put a very young age range on. I'd like to meet them authentically if it's going to be young, because I think that's just a bit odd. So, anyway, we'll leave that there.
Are you doing the drive-bys of the colleges?
Don't, I've just finished working at college. That's terrible. No, definitely not that young. 100% not.
Hey,
But
I'm joking. Are you still
uh,
going to the under 30s discos?
I remember being 20 and thinking, going to, there was one in Prince Regent's called Never Too Old to Boogie. And it was
Oh, that
for
was the widows
that
and
was
wankers.
but we was in our 20s trying to get like going in there and thinking, oh God, 30 so old, and that look us. Right, what's the time, Claire? How are we
Or
doing
grab a
for time?
granny, they used to call that, didn't they? And there was some
And it
really,
literally
honestly,
is now. The grannies
some
look better
terrible.
these days.
Oh, no. How long have we been doing this for now?
I don't know. I was just looking. I've lost the plot with
Have
the
we got
time.
racy today? We haven't really, have we? But
No, but you've done your hair, and I'm literally greasy about to go to the gym.
I've got blow
And
dry at 12:30. So what time is it? I've got to go and I've got to have a shower and get in and get ready for my New Year's Eve festivities.
lovely. You're going out tonight. I'm going out tonight. I'm actually going out
Where are
on a
you
date.
going tonight?
I'm going on a date tonight.
What?
No, I'm not really. Tinder date. Tinder
I was
swindler.
going to say you kept that quiet.
Tinder
I thought I knew
swindler.
anything about you. How dare you do things without telling me?
I actually really
How
miss
dare
you. I
you?
don't feel this is the same without you sitting next to me. But
No, I
anyway,
know.
it's
But just
very
think,
odd.
I'll be home. So I'll be home. We can actually do a joint one because I'm home on the 6th, aren't I?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll have a
Okay.
time on
Okay.
again.
Harley be with the baby in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Harley.
Well, I'm
Shut
keeping
the
it
kids.
here. On advice, I've chucked the dogs out in the garden today,
Well, I've shut
and
the kids
hopefully I'm close
downstairs.
enough to the microphone. But no, again, girls, and thank you so much for listening to us. And we
Yes.
are going to post it. We've recorded it on Zoom. We're still trying to find our best way of recording it.
And
As you can see,
yeah,
Angie's in the rainforest at the moment.
I'm still looking at the camera this way and this way and this way. But anyway, I know people have said,
She's
oh,
very
it's not
green
polished,
today.
not polished enough. And I'm like, well, it's not meant to be because we're not polished, really. We're just
No, but this is what
having
I'm
a
saying.
laugh.
This
It's
is
only
what.
for a laugh, isn't it? But
And I
anyway,
really, really appreciate everybody that's made good comments about
we've
it.
had
And you know
loads
what?
of lovely feedback. Actually, I'll
Yeah,
just
really nice.
finish on this. I met somebody that I haven't seen for years down in a bar, and I come on and off Facebook, as you know. And she went, "Please stay on because I love your little quotes and things." And I never even thought that somebody would be seeing that, so I've invited her to here. So you know who
Oh,
you are.
that's good.
And thank you for your feedback. Got loads of good feedback, and it was really nice. All we want to do is help
No,
people be raw, be authentic, and talk to each other because it gives us an opportunity to catch up as
It's
well.
like me and you having our chat, isn't it? You know, it's just like me
Yeah,
and
and
you are the only ones in
we
the
can
room.
do
And
it more
if other
regular
people
now.
enjoy it, I
Yeah, and
love
I can get
it.
to see Claire more, so it's better. Scheduled
Yeah,
calls.
I
Right,
love
I'm
it.
going back to the jungle. Gonna go
All
and
right, so
see.
now we have to stop recording and then you've got to do your bit, your end, and
Okay,
post it,
done.
however you're going to do that.
Bye
But anyway,
everyone. Merry New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Happy New
Bye.
Year, everybody, as well. Have a great time tonight. We always say the same. Let's make 2025 the best. But I was
Yeah,
listening to Moon Omens last night, a live thing, and they are saying that 2025 is a really special year,
good
especially for
numbers.
connections and for fresh starts
Yeah,
and for relationships and all that. So listen, this could be the right topic today. You never
yeah.
know. If you meet
And
them
give us
on New
your
Year's
feedback
Eve,
on
chances are
sites.
they're single.
Yeah, and we need to know what sites, are good and bad and what your experiences are as well. So let us know.
Yeah, so let's have some feedback, please.
I look like Anne Boleyn. What's going
Well,
on?
you still got a head, so you're all right. All right, love, I love you, Ange, all right? And I love
Bye,
everybody
darling.
else.
Love you.
Bye bye. Bye
Bye.
bye.